Evidence 3. Globalization. The term globalization is defined as the process whose main purpose is to expand business operations worldwide, and as a practice in which human being is becoming more connected. Although this practice has existed since the conception of modern civilizations, it has been more pronounced during the 21st century due to the facilitation of global communications through the technological advancements and socioeconomic, political, and environmental developments. The repercussions of this international process within developed and developing countries are majorly marked within the economic and political sectors. For developed countries, the main benefits are the following: enables business to compete worldwide, brings organization at international, national, and subnational levels. They suffer from an economic growth due to trade, capital flows, and openness, and it allows them to access to international aid as well as financial support. Nonetheless, its main negative repercussions are the following: tax competition and avoidance, and the state sovereignty is reduced. For developing countries, the main benefits are the following: it increases the standard of living, it allows them to access new markets, and allows them to gain international influence. Nonetheless, its main negative repercussions are the following: there is a widening disparity in incomes, decreased employment, and free trade affects them due to tariff protection. Trade. This concept is defined as a basic economic approach that involves the selling and buying of services and goods with compensation of payment by a buyer to a seller. The most used medium of exchange within trade is money, although this medium can be changed by virtual currency named Bitcoin or a barter, which is the exchange of goods or services between both parties. Trade within our globalized world allows countries in development to participate in global economy, helping them to grow their own economies by financing imports of essential capital equipment and energy supplies. It promotes the creation of jobs due to export and related industries become stronger and helps to reduce poverty. Now let's talk about the World Trade Organization. The World Trade Organization was officially established on January 1st of 1995 under the Marrakesh Agreement, which was signed on 1994. Nowadays, it's made of 164 members, of which 117 are separate custom territories or developing countries, and it replaces the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, or GATT, which was founded in 1948. It is known for being the only international organization for trade opening between nations. More specifically, it serves as a forum in which nations negotiate trade agreements and settle trade disputes among them. The agreements that comprehend this organization are complex and lengthy, since they cover a wide range of actions. Nevertheless, there are some principles that run through, and those are non-discrimination among nations, protection to the environment, being predictable and transparent, being more open by lowering trade barriers, and more benefits for less developed countries. All of the mentioned principles serve for the foundation of the multilateral trading system. The decisions made within this organization are generally taken by a consensus of the entire membership that conforms it. The Ministerial Conference is the highest institutional body, and it only meets every 2 years. Within this interval of 2 years, the General Council conducts the main business of the organization. Its main objective is to aid producers of services and goods, exporters and importers conduct their business. By doing so, the members that conform the WTO have lower trade barriers with each other, leading to a faster economic growth, greater sales, and more jobs. It also provides a fair and equal treat to any country that is involved in order to help developing countries to catch up sophisticated corporations at the lower tariff rate. The Digital Revolution. As we have checked throughout the entire course, the term revolution stands out for a sudden transformation in human endeavor. This will be a key concept within this new era, due to the changes that different cultures and entire generations have suffered have changed not only the way mankind interacts with each other, but also the way in which the world works. The Digital Revolution, or as it is known, the Third Industrial Revolution, started during the 1980s with the invention of the first personal computers, and nowadays is still ongoing. This technological era can be defined as the different improvements and advancements made to technology, transforming it from analog, electronic, or mechanical devices to digital format. This new concept for communication paved the way to the main concept within it, the Internet, which rapidly enabled technology to become the central axis of globalization. The digital revolution marks the beginning of the information age, making our society being defined by communication advantages provided by the Internet, computers, and smartphones. It isn't hard to list the different advantages from this technological period. For instance, it increases our understanding of the world by compiling entire encyclopedias of knowledge in one databases. These encyclopedias can also be expanded by personal ideas, since this revolution provides different tools that facilitate the expression and innovation processes of mankind. It also links individuals and groups together, making the international communication process easier than ever before. And on a more productive sense, it allows individuals throughout the world to have a job opportunity and forces competitiveness in a global scale. However, due to the fact that it has become such an ubiquitous part within our lives, most of us do not recognize the harms or disadvantages that this new digitalized era generates to society. The most notorious harmful effect is the rapid growth of organized crimes and hacker attacks throughout the entire globe. It also makes people to abuse of the wealth of knowledge by opening information to everybody about everything, meaning that it can go from the dubious to the depraved or from the questionable to the perverted. This within society generates nothing but pure ideological chaos. It also breaks the traditional model of a relationship and the perception of political and regional community matters by encouraging pacifism. Terrorism. Unlike globalization, terrorism is a term whose definition is not yet clear. Although it has been present within society since the conception of human civilization, this concept doesn't have a clear universal definition. Nonetheless, it involves clear criteria such as violence, political goals, illegitimacy, deliberate targeting on combatants, unlawfulness, and psychological repercussion. As a personal opinion, the term terrorism can be defined as the act in which the unlawful use of violence is involved in order to intimidate governments and instill fear within society. Its main motivation are political, ideological, or religious beliefs committed to achieve generally a political goal. As I mentioned earlier, terrorism has been harming society since its conception in the birth of history, but it is thanks to the development of new technologies that this concept has spread so fast throughout the world during the 21st century. The central axis of modern society, the Internet, acts as the perfect medium for terrorism since it enables rapid communication at a low rate cost and helps to provide perfect persuasive information in anonymity. Also, different terrorist organizations use this technological invention for psychological warfare, publicity and propaganda, fundraising, recruitment and training, sharing information, and planning and coordination. Nonetheless, technology also helps to fight against these horrible acts of pure violence. Through several techniques, tech companies and governmental organizations have partnered up to prevent, thwart, and catch terrorists. Some of these techniques are the following. Video analytics, technique that is used by intelligence agencies to locate and detect potential suspects. Geospatial intelligence, technique used for defense agencies to locate a geographical area with suspicious terror activity. And finally, virtual private networks, technique used to overlay a public network, meaning that the information and data within a determined device is always encrypted and secured by third parties. Nowadays, we live in a world that is full of different benefits and consequences due to different technological, political, economic, and scientific advancements and improvements. It is up to us, to this new digital society, to take a clear and real advantage of these new informatic tools in order to create, reform, and change the world. We must be wise with the use we are giving to each of these new devices as well as our relation among us, since the future of our species resides at our hands.